Hi. I was I've been trying to come on a couple of times today. I just got involved in things and so I'm on now. It's been an interesting day. Um I got up this morning and got up late this morning. This time change is pretty rough. But I got up this morning, had a great time with the Lord, and laughing a lot today. And yes, my phone and computer going to go off during this. But I already had my day planned out, and before noon it got changed. I came in with the mind to work. I got my office dusted, got things like that done, and um oh geez, I had my first appointment canceled. Um, just all kinds of things. But you know what? I've had an expectation today in my heart and in my mind that something good is going to happen to me today. Well, this morning I got on a Zoom, or I was listening to the Zoom more so than watching it. But it's about AI, y'all. I don't care what I think about AI or how you want to deal with AI or whatever, it's here. And I'm leery of it to some degree, but then I'm kind of liking it on another. Do I want to use the AIs that everybody else uses, like all all the free versions? No. All you're doing with the free versions is you are feeding it information, your information. And then it has everything. And anybody that wants to can come along and they can get your information and run with it. So if you're going to do an AI, do one from a company that has a closed, kind of a closed AI. I've got two different companies vying for my attention on AI, and Tuesday night I'm going to see how one of them works, and so that it can work in my business. The other one I kind of know how. I've watched other people do some things with it, and I'm like, okay, I can see how that would work for me. If I want to pay them, I can spend a week in it, but I don't know that I would actually have the time during the week to spend that I would need to. And do I really know what it is that I want to do with it during that week? And why do I want to spend that money to find out that I don't know what I want? I don't know what I need to know to do it, to use it. So that's a concern for me. But at some point in time, I'm going to have to make a decision. Then I've got another one that is an AI, and it's strictly for real estate investing. And as much as I want to do real estate investing, I'm kind of I want a partner in it. And I'm going to talk with the other ladies that I work with and say, let's partner in this because I don't want to do this by myself. I do not want to step out there by myself and take a it is a leap of faith. Do I want to take a leap of faith? Yes. Do I want to do it just with Christy? It's been a long time, a very long time since I went and bought a house. Our house here, Robert already had it before we were married, so he already made provisions for me. And speaking of him, I was talking with one of his family members today, and she said I was talking about how much I loved him, and she said, "Oh, it showed. It showed." She said it showed in the way that you looked at him and the way that he looked at you, and in our wedding, it really showed. And it was like nobody else was there at our wedding when we were saying our vows. And it was just the most beautiful thing. Okay, so let's get back to this. I want to do real estate investing. I do lending, but it's not my money. It's OPM, other people's money. I'll loan out your money to them, and I get paid in the meantime. And I like that. It's not a whole lot of stuff I don't know how to do. I got enough of that in my life. A whole bunch of stuff that I don't know how to do. And I'm sitting here and I'm talking to you about doing things and stepping out in faith, and then I happen to look down and my shirt says "Consider the birds." Well, what does that even mean? Well, let's see. It's Matthew, I believe it's Matthew 7. Uh, Here, let's figure it out. Consider the birds. Where is that in the Bible? It's Matthew 6, 26 and 27. Let me grab my Bible and we'll do it. And let's do it. So Matthew 6. It's actually one of my favorite ones, and but then again I can say, oh, that's my favorite, and that's my favorite, and that's my favorite. And let's grab a pair of glasses. Do y'all have a pair of glasses that you stick your finger through one lens? There we go. Okay. Okay. In the Passion Translation, it says, "Look at all the birds. Do you think they worry about their existence? No, they don't. They don't plant or reap or store up food, yet your heavenly Father provides them with food. He provides everything they need. Aren't you much more valuable to your Father than they are? So, which of you, by worrying, could add anything to your life? Who of you by worrying can add anything to your life, to your way of living? Does it make it better when we worry? No, it doesn't. I didn't know this was going to go off this way. Um, but and why do you worry about your clothing? Lately that's been on my mind. I look at all my clothes, and I've had them for most of them for at least 3 years. 2 to 3 years, say that, and up to 10. And so I'm like, I'd like to have new clothes. But the way that I used to buy clothes and the way that I buy clothes now are two entirely different things. I used to go every weekend to Belk with my credit card and my first husband, Eddie's blessing, and I would just shop all weekend. Just shop. My credit card, I had the highest credit card you could have, and it was paid for. So it was okay. But I don't want to do that anymore because I don't have anybody to come along behind me and pay it. And I don't want to go into debt. I don't like debt. Anyway, let's see. And why are you worrying about your clothing? Look at all the beautiful flowers of the field. They don't work or toil, and yet even Solomon in all his splendor, was robed in beauty. Okay, not even Solomon in all his splendor was robed in beauty more than one of these. So, if God clothes the lilies of the valley, how much more will he clothe you? If he feeds the birds, Christy, how much more will he feed you? If he takes care of all these other things, he's going to take care of you. Listen to yourself. And I say that, listen to yourself, Christy, because lately things have been coming up and he's been having me go back and listen. Go listen. Go listen to what you're putting out there. Go listen. Oh my gosh. Oh. So anyway, it goes on down in verse, I think that's 31, and it says, "So then, forsake your worries." Forsake means to abandon, desert, leave, renounce, give up, relinquish, give up. So let's read that again. Forsake your worries, abandon your worries, desert your worries, leave your worries, renounce your worries, give up your worries, relinquish your worries, give up your worries. I'm talking to myself. I dare to win. Let's move it over a little. Nope. Sorry. Back this way. Yep. See, it did some cleaning and moved some stuff. Um, but that's one of the things. I just have to get to that point that I'm like, okay, it's okay. I can do this. I'm gonna be able to do this. I've seen deals and stuff, but man, if I've got to go into borrowing money, that's where it's like, I don't like to borrow. I don't like to borrow money. I don't like debt. I don't like debt in any way, shape, form, or fashion. And I did allow myself over the past 4 or 5 years to build up debt. And I'm like, why did you do that? I was completely debt free. And then I allowed myself to get back in it. And now it's like I'm paying it off. I say I'm paying it off, but in reality, it's like, God, how are you going to do this? I don't know. Here's what hope is. Hope says, God, I don't know how you've done it, but I know you have. Faith says, I know you've done it. Hope says, I don't know how, and I don't really care how. Just thank you that you have. So I'm adding joy with that, and I have to believe that I'm debt free, and then I need to make the point to stay that way. People say that there's a difference between consumer debt and investment debt, and there really is. One, consumer debt just gets you down in the hole, but investment debt will bring you up. I need. I just haven't crossed over to that where I would trust myself. I think basically it just comes down to that. Do you trust yourself to do that? And then let's loop this back around to where we started. I've got people saying, but AI can help you with your business to take you to do this and bring you along. And I'm like, I maybe I just want to see it done. Maybe I just need to see it work. There's a lot of things that I don't like to do because I don't know how to do them. So I want to see them done before I try them. Cooking, I watched my family grow up. You know, when I was growing up, my grandmother could cook, my dad could cook, his wives could cook. Yes, he had multiple. But so when I was about 6, I got hungry and nobody would get up and fix me anything to eat. So I went in the kitchen and I started cooking. So I taught myself how to cook because I was hungry. There's things that I want in life and I haven't gone and put any effort towards them to learn how to do them to go forward. I don't know why. What's the difference? I guess one of them is just because I was physically hungry as a child, and as I grew up, I still stay. You know, you get hungry several times a day. Well, I do. But what's the difference? I don't know. I don't know why I haven't jumped out there and done it. When I first got into doing real estate by myself, man, I'd jump into everything. I'd jump into everything. I'd jump into everything. And I just kept striking out and striking out and striking out. And I heard this morning on a webinar about AI, that you have to strike out a whole bunch of times before you hit that first that home run. I'm like, I used to hit. Well, Eddie and I hit home runs every time. Every time we did something, it was a home run. Why am I having hard times with this now? Yes, I'm trying not to cry. I'm trying not to condemn myself either, for that matter. I want to be able to use AI in business, and I want my business to grow. Not just in the lending business. Yes, I would love for that to grow, but I want the investment part of it to grow also. I want more clients that want to invest in this deals and this deal structures that I have, so that everybody can have a happy relationship. And for some reason, I'm just sitting here over on the sidelines watching everybody else be happy. What? What am I doing? FIFA is coming up. It's coming to Dallas, and there's a lot of people. I went yesterday to Airbnb FIFA pre-FIFA meeting or something like that, and they were giving us tips and stuff and things on how to book, get your bookings up and stay booked and stuff like that. And it was very informative. I only have one room. If I really worked hard enough, I could have a whole house. And I could have a house rented during FIFA. And then when FIFA's not there, I could keep it rented. Either through Airbnb and long-term rentals, um or by the room, rent by the room through furnished finders like I have now. Um there's so many ways to do real estate. There's so many ways to succeed in it. And have I found my one way? Not yet. I like tax liens and I like tax deeds. Those I really like. I don't know enough about it, and that's a phone call I need to make today. Yep, make call. Let me just write that down. Call these people. Call them. Okay. So when I get off here, I'll call them. But what do y'all think? What do you think I should do? Uh, if the majority are women that are coming on here, then that's one thing. But I don't know. I'm at some point in time this year, I'm going to say yes to AI. Not yes to the dress, but yes to AI, and I'm going to jump in with both feet. And I know that I will. I don't know what my holdup is right now. So, hey, if you like this content that I'm coming up with, like, subscribe, share, comment, let me know what you think. I'm always looking for some ideas of what to talk about sometimes. Actually, most of the time I'm looking for an idea and then I get on here and it just comes out of me. So, anyway, but let me know something and I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good day. Bye.